Album Covers, episode 64, Frazetta-ish.
Nice.
I'm Rich Batchelor.
I'm Mark Major, and this is Cool Album Covers. Let's jump into Frank Frazetta-ish. These are covers that look like they might be done by artist Frank Frazetta, who did the 3 Molly Hatchet covers.
One by Nazareth.
The Nazareth cover, and the other ones are probably dumb and we don't know them.
Yeah, I looked at him once on the online there, and I was pretty impressed, but
yeah, I couldn't wait to move on. But these covers
Yeah.
feel like Frank made them, but they didn't. They probably couldn't afford them. They said, yeah, this is close enough what we're going for. So let's jump into it. This is Diamond Head, the guys who invented Metallica. This album actually has the song Am I Evil on it.
Wow.
And yeah, it's not a bad album, and it's also kind of not a good album, but look at the cover.
Also, speaking of not exactly bad, but not exactly good, yeah. It, oddly enough, has a sort of dark mirror Jimmy Buffett feel about it to me. Like,
oh, you think like when Jimmy Buffett has a nightmare, he's in Diamond Head's covers?
They made me go to Diamond Head and drink a borrowed time.
I'm going to point to this. How is it that they just managed to land a planet in the desert?
Is it a big red orb? I mean, it is not the sun because we can see the sun. Is it it's a giant, like, dodgeball, isn't it?
It is. And so they just like, and maybe that's his whole thing. He's like, I got to go out there and face the dodgeball.
Yeah, the little guy with the sword is like, my nemesis!
Yeah.
Dodgeball!
I'm on borrowed time.
I think possibly the most famous of Frazetta-ish albums would be Bad Out of Hell by Meatloaf.
Definitely. It's got the naked beefcake barbarian figure, and he's showing you every ripple that he could possibly paint.
Totes. And he's like, on a half steed, half motorcycle that is emerging from a grave and has a look on his face of like, oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
As he's doing it.
Oh, man. So the thing about Frank Frazetta covers and how he deals with women is they're either a sex slave or they're some sort of a weird witch.
What's up with her right arm?
It also has a snake around it.
Oh.
I mean, you can never have enough snake.
I was going to say, they seem to have kind of doubled down on reptile here.
Yeah, you'd think someone came around and said, like, pretty good, add one more snake and we ship it.
We're all going home after you wrap one more snake around the lady.
Also the logo, very snakish.
I'm Whitesnake.
I like looking at this cover, but the thought of Whitesnake actually playing makes me want to move on. Oh, so Kiss Love Gun. Destroyer might have been a better pick, but this one has the weird sex slave women again.
Yeah, it's true.
And they're in the Kiss makeup, which I think is actually kind of cool.
Sure.
I mean, I can kind of get behind this. I sort of like this cover. I don't really like this band, though.
Well, no, they're stupid. But, yeah, they're those ladies, they're not the Kiss Army. They're the Kiss Ladies Auxiliary.
And this very much kind of sort of in tribute to the Kiss albums, which are themselves kind of a copy of the Frank Frazetta style, done by Manowar. Now, the thing about Manowar, these guys all dress up like Conan the Barbarian.
Ross the Boss.
All their songs are about being Conan the Barbarian, right? The crazy thing is like as stupid a concept as this is, I actually like the music. They're actually good musicians and they write really good songs, but lyrically it's stupid, and as far as the look of the band and their whole thing, really stupid. So it's kind of a weird, like, I'm not a Manowar hater by any means. I just call them as I see them.
Anyone who signed their contract with their record company in their own blood gets a certain amount of lifetime pass from me.
Is that a true story?
That is a true story.
Why would they, like, boys, you don't hate. You don't have to sign your own blood. I got pens right here. There's no need. But what you doing, boy? Like, what was the executive's reaction when they just started, like, cutting themselves like, this is how we sign contracts?
What? I saw no pen. Please, give me back my blood. Give me back my blood. Fighting the world because the world keeps on telling you, like, hey, we think it's really great that you're a gay heavy metal band. We're not a gay heavy metal band. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. Hey, look, we're the world, and we really support you and your choices. We haven't made any choices you need to support. Leave us alone,
Manowar fighting on behalf of the gay community accidentally. No, we're not really. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's the Aquaman.
Because you mean because like the meet and greet from Manowar is all just like a bunch of like young boys in leather.
And they're like, oh, thank you, young man. I hope that you grow up to be a thoroughgoing heterosexual just like Ross the Boss.
Yeah, and be strong in your tribe and lead them.
Also fight the world.
Oh, and that concludes Cool Album Covers.